Himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey. Hey everyone, and welcome back to INCRadio New Jersey Satellite Studio, streaming live on YouTube and INCRadio DZM 954. And here in New Jersey, we show you the flavor of life. And for today's flavor, we're talking about going back to school. It's that time, folks. You know, summer is winding down. You start seeing sales at the stores for backpacks and pens and pencils. And joining me for this conversation today are Leah, Marisol, and Naima. How's it going, Leah?
Hey, Jeff, that kind of made me a little sad to know that summer break is over, although summer continues because it's going to be 92 degrees tomorrow. So summer itself is not over. And talking about sales, how come they never have sales on, like new laptops? Or do they? It's just the brand that I like never goes on sale. Or summer sales on phones, but maybe phones is not something we want our young students to have. Although for college kids, it's always helpful to have. A new gadget that has a good signal, right? Not necessarily the photography part of it, although that's also fun. Okay. All right. I can't believe August is almost over. We're halfway through and summer has flown by, and it is time not just for students to go back, but teachers. Womp womp. Or good. I don't know. Depends on who you are. But before we go to our conversation, we're excited to have Marisol and Naima to help us with this discussion. We want to give summer vacation a proper send-off. We want to say farewell and can't wait to see you next year. So I just want to go around and ask everyone, what is one thing that you'll miss about summer vacation or summer break? We're going to start off with our mom, Marisol.
Hi everyone. So the one thing I miss summer being over is just being able to go out with my family, doing things that we want without thinking about me going to work or them going to school. So just having fun as a family any time of the day that we want it done, like we're not on a schedule. We can wake up when we want to wake up or when we're done sleeping.
Oh, that's always fun. I love waking up whenever I feel like it and not being woken up by an alarm. All right, we're going to go to Teacher Naima. What is one thing that you'll miss about summer break?
I'm going to partner with Sister Marisol, like really being able to do what you want to do, create the schedule that you want. And I'm still going to do that. It's going to be earlier. And so, just adjusting the time frame to sleep. I think that's the thing. Being able to sleep a little longer or take naps throughout the day.
Oh, I love nap time. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. All right. I know, Jeff, you're not a parent or a teacher, but you still enjoy summer break, right? So what is one thing you'll miss about summer break? Or maybe, go in a time machine and go back in time. And what was one thing that you miss about summer break?
To go back in time, that would be good, because for those of us who are working, summer break, what's break? But this summer in particular, it was interesting because we had our father-in-law, my father-in-law staying with us. So, and, he too was on his break, and then he'll soon be going back to the Philippines. So, to Daddy Mario Lucas, so we will miss you, Paul. But hopefully we'll see you again. But yeah, it was fun having him around, even though he got bored because I was just working. Me and my wife were just working all the time.
Oh,
But then weekends we would, kind of bring around, he learned how to play pickleball, and, he was able to see other parts of the country, even though if they were just close by. So, yeah, having people around and, being able to spend time with loved ones is is something I'll miss about
No,
summer.
that's true. Summer break is a great time also to travel, and to do new things. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Being bored doing nothing. I would love to be bored doing nothing.
Right?
I don't remember the last time I did nothing. So, all right. So, farewell summer break, and now we're going back to school. So, we're going to start off with our mom on the panel today, Maricel. What is on your back to school shopping list for the kids?
Well, the usual. I'm glad that the school will give you a list of school supplies, like per grade level. So it's easy like that. So I don't have to worry. So for my eighth grader, I have to be honest with you, I didn't get their school supplies yet. That's my goal.
Didn't they start school already this week?
No, they didn't. It will be like the last Thursday of August. I still have time.
I know some kids went back to school. I saw the pictures on social media, like first day of whatever.
Not in Jersey yet. I think other states, but so he needs a calculator, a specific type of calculator because he'll be in eighth grade.
No, is it the expensive one?
It sounds like it's the expensive one.
Like the T1 something.
Oh yeah, that draws. I never learned how to use it. It was so expensive.
Yeah, but Gabriel had it from before, so we're good. And the usual dry erase markers, pencils, highlighters, glue.
Why do they need a dry
sticks,
erase marker? Do they have
notebooks.
to bring their own to go to school? You to write on the board? Really?
I guess so. You can confirm, Naima.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, usually dry
Yeah.
erase markers are for the teachers' use. Like, so the teachers will be able to like distribute them based on what the need is. Like, so sometimes they write on dry erase boards and they hold it up, and like different activities and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
So
usually supplies to help with the classroom. Yeah.
oh, so the students give it to the teacher.
Mhm.
So I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
expensive. Dry erase markers are expensive, aren't they?
They are.
Is it a specific color that the students have to bring, Marisol, Naima?
Just standard black. That's usually the best
Yeah,
one.
but in the past grades, some teachers, I think like fifth and sixth grade, they would specify like I don't know, they probably use it for something specific.
Yeah, I think it depends on a teacher.
Yeah.
Artwork.
So we haven't done that. Usually what we do with my kids when starting middle school, I actually take them to the store and they pick up the school supplies. I used to when they were younger, I used to just go online and shop, for school supplies. But when they became mid in the what do you call that? The middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah, so I take them to the store and just I give them the list and then they go shopping.
Oh, that's great. So they're involved.
Yes.
So if they pick a product that they become unhappy with, it's really
Yeah.
their fault.
Right.
Hey, it's part of learning. Part of learning.
Accountability. Well, you picked that and it broke, so I don't know what to tell you. Gonna have to wait. All right. What's our next question, Jeff?
Okay, so what kinds of things do your kids ask for and actually buy? There's the list that you have, the list that's recommended from the school, but what are the things that your kids actually ask for? Is it new sneakers, new laptop? Hey, Mom, I need a PS5.
Or I need a new gaming console for my backpack.
That's a good question, but my kids, we're from a practical family, and growing up, I always tell my kids we're not like one of these families where we go for brands, because we know what our priorities are. But there's two things that they ask for me every school year, and I give them these two things. They want a new backpack every school year, which for me is reasonable because the whole school year these kids are rugged and rough, and they just throw their backpacks. They're involved in different sports, so this backpack gets worn out. So I let them have a new backpack every school year, and they get to pick the sneakers that they want because in these days, especially I notice in the middle school, kids can be mean. And they can be very critical about like what shoes the kids are wearing, which I don't totally agree, but I just don't want to give them a reason to be laughed at or mocked at, or bullied, even bullied because, they're not wearing the brand that most kids are wearing. So that I give it to them. But like electronics, no, you don't need that. Like you can survive school without expensive electronics. Nope, you're not getting them.
Well, do you have a budget limit for these sneakers? Because some of these sneakers are so expensive. They'd be like $200. Like I don't even understand.
Yeah,
$200 for a
I
pair of
take them
sneakers.
to the outlet store, and
Whatever's
to-
there.
yeah, whatever is there, and I do give them this is my budget if you don't go over this budget. But I have Caleb is a good saver. Like when her my relatives give him money for birthdays, and he saves the money. So whenever he goes over his budget, we're always surprised. Mom, I'm going to use my own money.
I was gonna say, what if they go under budget? Do they get the difference? Do they
No,
get the $20?
don't give them any idea, Leah.
Well, I know one of your kids used to ask for, was that video? Was it? I forget which one. It was Minecraft or Roblox. Like that was the incentive
Yeah.
for them to do things. So I didn't know if that was it. I mean, sometimes parents do bribe their children to do things. So I mean, it's an incentive, right? And adults, if someone were to bribe me to clean my room faster, I probably would do it. Like, hey, if you clean your room, you get $20. Like, oh, okay, great. But let's pause on this for a second and bring in Naima. So Naima, we do want to also ask you about the school supplies, like what kids should be bringing or parents should be buying, but also what school supplies parents can help with teachers. I know teachers usually supplement their budget, but do you have any comments about this thing with the brands and bullying? I mean, you teach first graders, so does that happen as early as first grade?
Yeah, it does. I mean, honestly, we live in a society where sometimes it's very materialistic, and kids, they gravitate to what they see and what's popular. So, it can be sometimes, yeah, that happens. It's definitely possible. But when it comes to our kids, like my kids that I teach, we focus on just appropriate attire. So, like sometimes kids, they're very influenced by the things that they see. So, girls like to wear the bellies out and things like that. And that's not appropriate. It's not school attire. We're creating future societies. So we want to make sure that when you come into an environment that is learning, you're focused on learning. And I think that's really the mindset. So just making sure that they're clothed and they're covered and not showing everything, men and women. So, we got to make sure our young kids and young boys too. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I think people would go blind if I wore a belly shirt. So you don't want to see that.
That's not work appropriate either. Midriff shirts are, although my company's national, and I'm surprised that those out in the West Coast in the hotter climates are not allowed to wear shorts. Like, I mean, it's appropriate for the climate, but no, that's great. That's great feedback, Naima. And bullying is quite common in children. That's just part of, I think, the nature of things. So that's great to know. All right, Jeff, what's our next question? Sorry, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to give you time to answer the school supplies for kids and parents.
Like Sister Marisol said, she mentioned about it depends on the grades. So I think it depends on what the teacher's list is for each child, because my first graders don't need calculators, but as they get older, in those middle school grades, they're going to need protractors, calculators, things like that. So I think it depends on the grade. It also just the basic pencils. You need pencils. Of course, as you get in middle school, they're using pens, notebooks, folders, paper, erasers. Folders are most important, I think. And then as you get organized, we want kids to be organized. So pencil cases, backpacks, of course, and those binders if they need a binder. So that's for the students. For teachers, we definitely need cleaning supplies. So making sure that is clean, and tissue for me. I teach first grade. As those winter months come in and those fall months come in, the noses start to run. So, and the colds happen. So you need disinfecting wipes, Clorox wipes. What else? Tissue, dry erase markers for sure, because it's very expensive as teachers. We got to re-up. So we need that. It's important. Folders, sanitizer, those are like the essentials for teachers. And yeah, that's what we use.
Wow. Tissues. All right. I'm putting it on my list, Naima. So I'll send you some tissues and some hand sanitizing. All right, Jeff, we have time for one more question before we have to go to our last questions.
Oh, okay. So this one will be for Marisol, because I know we talked about clothing earlier. But what are the biggest challenges for your kids in starting school, and how do you overcome them? So this
The
is for
biggest
Marisol, and as a matter of fact, we can toss it to Taima too. So yeah, Marisol.
Yeah, the biggest challenge for us is the sleeping time routine, because it's summer, they want to stay up late. They want to just stay up and watch whatever they want to watch. Before I would like in the past summers, I would let them like really stay up late. But this year I told them, because I noticed during the beginning of the summer when I let them sleep really late, they wake up really late. And like in the summer, like you want to do things. I wanted to do things in the morning when the sun is not that scorching yet, but they can't do it because they sleep in. So I started changing the routine. I'm like, even if it's a summer break, you still have to go to bed early so that you can wake up early and we can be more productive during the day, because you can't achieve anything in the evening. All you do is watch. So I think it's not going to be as big of a challenge this year because I didn't let them really stay up late. But that's the biggest challenge, is going back to the routine of waking up early, so you have to sleep earlier.
All right. So we're almost at time. I'm going to ask Marisol the next question, and we'll go to Naima for the last one. What advice, Marisol, do you have for parents whose kids are starting school for the first time?
You're going to make me walk back the memory lane like 15 years ago. 15 years ago, because Gabriel is 15 years old. So I think the couple of advice that I can give to new parents are, most important thing is to visit the school, bring your child to the school, meet the teacher, get familiar with the building and the setting of the school, and then just talk to your child about the positive things that, being at school, the fun things that they're going to learn. And I think the most common problem with first timers is the separation anxiety. Like I've seen that a lot. I am so lucky that I didn't get that with Gabriel. I think we build enough trust with each other that he know that we're going to come back to pick him up. So there was really no separation anxiety. But for those kids, if you know your kid is going to have a separation anxiety, I think it's important that you train them, you practice like separation, like maybe have like a play date with a trusted caregiver or a family, like separate yourself from your kid maybe a couple of hours, and then that way they know that it's going to be similar in school. Like you will leave them, but you'll definitely come back to pick them up.
And for the parents who have separation anxiety, they shouldn't cry in front of their kid, right? They
Right.
shouldn't.
That's another thing. Like you have to stay calm and confident, because you will mirror their emotions too. So if they see you like emotional, like, what's going on with my mom?
All right, let's go to our last question, Jeff.
All right, this for Naima. So what are, as an educator, what are your tips to help kids acclimate to the school schedule and to school?
To help kids, I think kids mirror their parents, like Sister Marisol said. So I think this is more so for the parents and the kids. Have a routine. If you already have a routine for them, just adjust it based on their schedule. Visuals are great for me. I mean, putting things on a refrigerator, having your kids' schedule, because kids will tell you and they will remind you what they have and what their schedules are. So know their routine. That's my second one. Know your child's schedule. So usually on school websites, they have like important dates they're going to be off, staff development days, things that you should know about holidays, so that you can also plan ahead. And you can know, especially like if it's gym time, what do they have to wear, based on that. So knowing all those things are important ahead of time. Nowadays, they have a lot of technology that helps to organize families. So knowing what your school uses to help communicate, finding out what your teacher's best form of communication is it text message? Is it email? Or is it calling? So finding out what that is, and usually what apps they use to keep track of what they're doing throughout the day. So I know one app we use, it helps to tell what their academics are doing, like how they're doing academically, how they're doing the tests. So like making sure that you keep track of that. And if you have questions, you already know throughout the school year how your child is doing. And then report card conference to come is pretty simple and easy, not crazy. So yeah. stay in
That's
communication with your teacher. And organization is always key, especially with parents. Organization. If you're organized, your kids are organized, and it's less stress. Yeah.
So would you say the kids are late? If the kids are late, it's because the parents are late?
Yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing too. Not to some degree, right? It's more about preparing. So, like, I like this conversation around backwards planning. So, knowing where you want to go and then planning according to where you want to get to. So, if you backwards plan, you say, I want my kids to be on time. So, I need to have the book bags ready. I need to have the lunch ready ahead of time. I need to have book bags at the door. Like things like that. Like their lunch needs to be already packed in the refrigerator, so they just grab it. So, like, planning, like, really doing that intellectual processing for yourself and for what kids need, and thinking about the things that may come up that you don't plan for, like thinking like that. It's raining outside. I didn't know it was going to rain, or it's a storm. Like thinking ahead of time. So always doing that intellectual planning for yourself and for your kids.
Surprise. Yeah, surprises. What time does school start? What time do the kids have to be in school, Naima?
I think it varies. It varies from
For your
state to
school.
state. For my kids, they have to be there. I want to say 8:30. Yeah.
Oh, that's a decent time.
Yeah, I want to say
Okay.
8. No, sorry. We had to be in the classroom by 7:30. Yeah.
Everyone's faces.
That's early for
Sorry,
me. though.
7:30.
No, that's very early. Mine is 8:45.
But what time do they get out?
My students?
Yeah, Marisol, what time do your kids get out of school?
3:15.
Oh, that's late. What about your students, Naima?
2:30 we start dismissal. So they're done at
Okay.
like 3.
I like the 2:30. Well, I mean, then you come home and have a nap and then start homework. So,
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot. All of this is very overwhelming. I hope everyone has got to take away some things that they can also implement in their own families. But we're have to move on to our next segment. So let's see our shout out bumper.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy birthday. Congratulations. I have to shout out
Mom, Dad, best friend.
All right, we're gonna make this one quick because we are behind schedule. We want to say hello to Mario Oka all the way from Brixtonville, District of Caloocan North. Also to Lara and Gigi Fajardo. We want to shout out Ava Evangelista. Also, Mark Robin Lucas from Doha, Qatar. I think you know that person, Jeff. Also, Get Barrientos tuning in from Orange County. Thanks for always watching. And we also want to say hello to Brother Murphy Tomas. He's saying hello from Winslow and Atlantic City. We also want to say hello to Flo Guillermo all the way from Oregon. And Joel Soriano from Collingwood, District of Edmonton, Canada. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I'm going to toss it. Oh, and your mom, Jeff, Rebecca Fernandez. Hi. Thanks for tuning in. All right, I'm going to toss it over to Naima for our next segment.
Okay, so this segment is called the most active local congregation. So we're going to start off with our honorable mention. We have the local congregation of Elizabeth. Woo, woo, Sister Cavalier, you're on the board.
Yeah.
All right. For the third place winner, we have the local congregation of Aston. Woo, woo. Brother Abe, Sister Grace, that's your local. For a local congregation of the second place is the local congregation of Bayonne. So congratulations, Bayonne. And for our first place winner, we have the local congregation of Philadelphia, my hometown. Brother Royal, yeah, you guys are on the board. Congratulations.
All right,
All
next. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, congratulations to all our winners, and congratulations to Philadelphia. That's awesome. All right, and next we have our activity update. So let's get that bumper.
Activity updates.
I love that one. Okay, so for today, August 16th, is NNJ CFO activity at 1 p.m. over in Nutley. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so go join them over there. And also happening today, a little bit after that, is Bergen's 10th anniversary at 4 o'clock p.m. over here in New Milford. So if you are in the area and you want to celebrate Bergen's 10th anniversary, happy anniversary, Bergen. Come join us, and we'll see you there. Happening on August 24 is the CBI special gathering for all students in Elizabeth, and that's always a fun activity too. And at the end of the month, on August 31st, is the musical evangelical mission. And as usual, please check with your local congregation for details on local events and the daily Bible study schedule. And now we have CFO in action.
CFO in action.
Various local congregations in the District of New Jersey of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, Church of Christ, demonstrated their commitment to serving others by participating in different community service initiatives inspired by the spirit of giving and kindness. They collected and distributed food to those in need and showed appreciation to firefighters. Through these efforts, the church built relationships with local organizations and community members, fostering a sense of unity and understanding. By serving others, the Church of Christ shared its faith and values, reflecting the principles of kindness, compassion, and generosity that are at the heart of its mission. The event ultimately made a tangible difference in the lives of those in need, inspiring others to join in and make a positive impact. The booklet organization, the married couple in the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, gathered for their monthly meeting, filled with warmth and camaraderie as they celebrated life's special moments together. They took a moment to recognize birthday celebrants and couples marking their wedding anniversaries, showering them with love and well wishes. The agenda also included activity reminders, keeping everyone informed and engaged. The highlight of the meeting was a thoughtful discussion on the importance of watching INC TV programs which promote valuable life lessons and spiritual growth. By tuning into this inspiring broadcast, members can deepen their understanding of faith, family, and community, ultimately enriching their personal lives and relationships. This shared commitment to spiritual growth and development strengthens the bonds within the organization, fostering a supportive and loving community. Led by the Assistant District Minister, Brother Ruben Bustos, the Brethren in the District of New Jersey continue to be united in all the activities launched by the church administration. And this was our CFI in action over the past weeks. From the District of New Jersey, this is Sister Maricel Dagoton. We'll have more on the CFI in action next week. See ya!
And see you at the activities going on. There's so many good things going on, but time flies so fast. So that's it for today's show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and joined and listened with me. We hope you found value in today's discussion. And we hope there's certain things that echoed with you and that you'll remember and that can be helpful to you too. So please like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you think this episode would be helpful to someone you know, please share the link with them. And if there's a topic that you would like to hear about or want to join us on, feel free to reach out.
And before we go, we'd like to thank our church administration for their continuous support to INCRadio and allowing us to have the show where we can stay connected and learn together. We want to acknowledge our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother Ruben Bustos Jr., our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Royal Moline, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Timothy James Malabanan.
But we'd like to especially thank our church administration, our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, and our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Manalo. We'd also like to thank our INT radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our techs in the main studio.
And before we say goodbye, we again thank all of our viewers for taking the time to watch this episode. See you next episode. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Happy birthday, Brother Brian.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Ito ang INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.